This is so cool. I love it. I love this. This is so cool. Well, I have realized this is not continuous play. So if you go on a break, you might still have to mute their mic. I thought it would continually play, but it doesn't. It only plays for so long and then it stops. So this is like so cool. I love it. It has this. There we go. There we go. I'm checking out the delay. Can you hear me okay? Every time you play the click, it automatically mutes your microphone, which is really cool too. It's awesome. So, anyways, I found a way to give a little bit of a background color. I thought the blue was pretty and it suits me. Sandy, I know you want to mute me. Sandy says, I hear that big mouth all day. Okay, so we worked on this. Let's go and get this down a little bit. I like it because I fixed the mirrored effect. This is really cool. I like Restream so far. If you want to add your own overlays and things like that, of course, you gotta pay. But if you don't, well, that's cool. Sorry, I'm over here pushing buttons. But if you want to add your own like outlines or anything to do with this program, then you have to buy a plan. But right now I'm gonna play in this free. It says you get unlimited hours free. I'm gonna do versus StreamYard. You only get 20 hours a month free, and then they cut you off. This doesn't have a cutoff as far as I can tell. If you want to add things or you want the Restream logo removed or you want to pre-do videos with the program, then that's where the plans come in. But as far as live streaming, it's supposed to be never ending. And I think that's really cool for people who can't afford to pay for it. So anyways, into this. So I was playing with a new die that I got in a sale. It is very, very fragile. To say the least. And I ripped one in half, so I'm going to use that one in my journal. But this journal here, I'm going to put the one that is not ripped. This is the first signature. It doesn't matter. I like the colors of this because it's a darker. So we're going to take, and I did bring my glue in tonight, but I'm going to use Aleena's for this because I like Aleena's. And since it is a French book, I took a page from a regular book that I took apart because, yeah, nobody bought it. So I'm going to use the pages. And I'm going to use this part to create a little like bistro scene, maybe. That's what you want to call it. So the die cut set is really cute, but it is very, very delicate when you use it, and these things can rip so easy. You got to be really careful with some of the dies if you don't know what a die cut machine is. Whew. I use a Big Shot and maybe we'll do this way. Yeah, really leaky glue. And sometimes you got to use like a teeny tiny little pokey tool to pull the papers out, because if you don't, they rip really easy. So this is a very delicate one for sure. Just want to tap the glue on this side, because since I have extra pouring out of my container over here. Did that leg rip? Darn it anyways. No, it didn't. Sorry. It's just the way that it looked, because I already ripped mine, so I'm trying to be good with this one. It's just the back leg. It looks shorter because it's the dimension of it. I thought it was ripped at first. It's like, no. So we'll leave this one here. That turned out really cute. Sandy. So this will go in here like this. I thought that was it's really cute. I like it. It gives it that French look. So we'll let that one dry. And I'm going to grab my journal over here. And I'll put the ripped one in mine. What page will I pick? Let me find it. Let me see. It might be too big for this piece. Let's see. To be said here. This would be kind of cute. But I'll show you what I mean. No, it's not wide enough. I ripped the table and the umbrella apart. So let's do this on another page. How about... Well, I might just do it right here. So this is the umbrella. Let me hold this up. And sometimes as a crafter, you know, we just do this to our journals. At least I do. So I'll put this here. So you guys can see it. I tend to go out of screen and I don't mean to. So I'll put the table here. And then, boy, I just ripped this the heckin' back. Oh, well. I could have made another one, but I'll show you how I doctor my stuff for my books because I don't care. It's a junk journal for a reason. Mine don't have to be perfect. So we're going to join the table right here. How did everybody's Labor Day holiday weekend go? This down here. It's ridiculous. And then we're going to take this chair. I'm not looking at the chat right this second. So give me a minute because I have to play with this umbrella a little bit. So put this here. So if I'm not saying hi, there's a reason. Okay. And then we'll do this one over here. And I just ripped that chair too. It's like I said, some of these are so delicate. Okay. But that's what we do. We do bloopers on here too. Okay, quit blowing bubbles at me. My glue bottle's blowing bubbles at me now. So because this is kind of a little ripped, I want to do a little decoupage over top of it. But I'm going to close this glue to do it. Man, this glue bubbles. This is bad as Fabri-Tac. Jeez. Hold on. Hold on. Thank God for baby wipes. Get this all over my fingers. Okay. I'm a messy Marvin anyways. Okay. So put you over here. And yes, my favorite decoupage glue. So we're going to take this and we're going to do this. I got to fix this umbrella because if I don't, it could possibly rip more and I don't want it to. So we are going to decoupage the sucker in place so it stays. And if you're new to my channel or you haven't been here for a bit, I did a 24-hour live stream where I started these journals. StreamYard ripped me off all my hours but 6. And yes, I'm going to keep complaining about it. That's why I dropped them. Now I'm using Restream. And so you won't get to see me do the journals like I wanted people to see me do them because they stole my hours. Between them and YouTube, the brats. So I am building 2 journals that are Paris themed because this was 2 of the journals on my bucket list. One I'm keeping. You never know what I'll do with the other one. Might put it up for sale. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I haven't decided. but the one I make the biggest boo-boos on is going to be in mine. So one of the nice things is you can upcycle and you can add things that you buy. So while this is drying, because I got it decoupaged in there, and I love Elmer's glue for that. The clear is the best for decoupaging. And I like this way better than Mod Podge because when it dries, it's not sticky. And stickiness on Mod Podge has nothing to do with humidity. It's just sticky. You'll hear crafters say, oh, it's probably your humidity, but it isn't. It's just sticky. Okay, so now that we're through that, uh-oh, Debbie, hey, Hidden. Debbie, what did you do? Was you a bad girl? YouTube jail, did they feed you good? She's so funny. Well, all I can say is YouTube jail and Facebook jail serves nasty food. They starve you. Oh my gosh, you're so funny, Deb. Debbie she's a character, to say the least. Okay. So we're going to back to this one. I'm going to figure out something to do with these. I haven't figured out yet. But yeah. I like that. That's pretty. So I was trying to figure out how to fill these big pockets. My crafter. I got to go down and fight spiders. Okay. So Sandy, she can mute this because she's done heard all this. I'm going to tell you all a story about my shitty labor weekend. Sandy's down there going, oh God, not again. Okay. So, when it rains, it pours. So a while ago, my dishwasher quit, and it's okay. I have two hands. I can sacrifice. But then my refrigerator stopped cooling the food on top. It still freezes, and we had a leak in it. And yeah, there's something about I troubleshoot everything, computers to appliances. So the crispers had water leaks in them for a while. We just kept sopping them up. We couldn't put nothing in them though. We couldn't store our lettuce or nothing. So we had everything on the first shelf. So then I want to share my appliance stories. I think they have a mind of their own. So the troubleshooting on it was a hose. Now we've never had an ice maker or the water part hooked up because I wouldn't drink the water here anyways. Even if it's filtered, it doesn't filter it enough for me. Because we could go down a rabbit hole with filters too, because filters can take out certain things, but they can't take out chemicals. And when you live along a main river that's got chemical plants on it, I'm sorry, but Brita is not going to cure if you have gasoline or chemicals in your water. It doesn't filter that kind of stuff. So I don't drink the water here. I don't care. So, and plus too, you see the commercials all the time on TV and they'll say, oh, you can drink your tap water is the same as this water. No, it isn't, because when you go to buy an animal at pet stores, like a hermit crab, it tells you not to use faucet water. Why? Because it's got chemicals in it. You're to use bottled water only when you have pets. So what's the difference? There definitely is a difference. Do your homework, people, because I live in Google with this stuff. And Google doesn't always give the proper answer. Sometimes you got to dig a little deeper. Or take a water test kit and do it yourself. So anyways, back to the appliance stories. I wish I could make a cartoon up of my appliances because they are really comical. So my dishwasher, when it decided to be a bad girl, it decided it was going to leak in a puddle on my floor. There is no stream to where this puddle comes from. It's like, here's the dishwasher completely dry and a puddle, and you can't see no wetness getting to the puddle. So figure that one out. It's like a phenomenon. It's like a ghost. So couldn't figure that out, but we have like a wooden floating floor, so we didn't want it to get warped. So we cleaned around the seal, and then it stopped. And then it started again. So I was just like heck on it because the dishwasher was here when I bought the house. I have no clue, but I do know we had a mouse get in our house one time. And over top of the, I can only imagine what this worker's going to find when he pulls this out, because we had a little mouse in here. I have no clue how the little mouse got in here, but it was running around, and it has insulation sticking out of the top and the bottom of the dishwasher. It was like whoever lived here before us, they were trying to use a piece of wood to block the bottom, and it didn't fit. So that's all you saw was insulation sticking out. So this little mouse was having a field day running in and out of that. It was crazy. But we got the mouse. Needless to say, it's gone. We haven't had no mouse problems. But I'm sure he's going to find probably old dried up mouse turds or something behind there. Who knows what he's going to find. So then the dishwasher wouldn't drain. You had to pull the plug and drain. It's just a mess. So anyway, I picked out a new dishwasher, and I did really well with that. So then we spent at least an hour picking out a refrigerator. Because first of all, it's got to fit through our front door. So always measure your doorway before you buy an appliance to make sure it's going to fit. So we found out what we wanted. We go over and we shop. We pick out a really nice refrigerator. I really love the new setups of the new refrigerators because we have a Samsung right now, but it doesn't have the deli part across the bottom. And I really like that setup on these new refrigerators. So we picked a nice one, a really, really nice LG. And they were running a sale where it's like $500 off, which was even nicer. So we have that picked out. Our microwave's been going, making all these noises like it's going to explode. So we had to get a new microwave. I don't care about the microwave, though. I could pick up a cheap one at Walmart. It's no big deal because we don't cook with it. We just heat stuff in it once in a while. So we're like buying all these appliances at once. Now, mind you, 3 years ago, at least, our central air went out. It's like we moved in this house and everything died. We had to replace the furnace. We've been here for 14 years. We had to replace the furnace. It's like they had all the cosmetics done, but everything else needs replaced. So the central air unit was very interesting, though. We put in 3 window units. Well, there's 1 floor unit in the living room and 2 window units. And honest to God, people, I remember when central air came out, it kept saying it's one of those features that saves you money. If you get central air, it's going to save you all this money. Our electric bill dropped $100. I kid you not. We are better off using the 3 window units than the central air. Central air actually costs more. So that was a lie. You know, when you see some of these commercials that say, oh, economize, buy this refrigerator or do that, it makes you wonder. My husband about died when our thing dropped $100. And plus, our furnace runs all year round. It would run through the winter for heat, the summer for cooling, because we have gas, for our heat. And it has, it's attached to the central air too. So it's like our furnace finally gets a break. So, because we went through 1 motor since we've been here in 14 years just for that, because it never gets shut off. So I'm kind of glad it gets a break. So then we go over, we order. Okay, so we bought the microwave at Walmart. We got the other at Lowe's. Let me tell you what, Lowe's sucks. I used to work at Lowe's back in the day where they had the box Lowe's delivery trucks. And they were nice. They were really nice because you could go pick up stuff and, they would deliver in a couple days. Well, I've always been in the habit personally. I always took my own truck. Never for a refrigerator, where you have to have it upright because I think even the TVs you can't lay down anymore. But things you could lay down, like your furniture and things like that. Anytime I went shopping, I always took a truck, and believe me, I will continue to do so. After the experience we've had this weekend, I don't care if I have to rent a damn U-Haul. I will never go through what I just went through. It was a nightmare. I was so stressed out. I said, I swear if I had high blood pressure, my head would have blown off by now. I was pissed. I was beyond mad. I'll tell you why here in a second. Had to watch friggin' funny commercials to calm down. Finally. Oh my goodness. Hey Field, hey Bonnie. Thanks for coming in. Look at you, woman. We're rushing for 3K. I'm trying to get to 3K too. When I do, I'm having a giveaway. I love doing giveaways. But Bonnie's almost to 3K too. She's so close unless she's already there. Let me check. Oh, look at her. 298. My count is let me go to YouTube Studio. I'm actually at 2,879 subscribers. We are so close to 3K. It's crazy. Field. So, anyways, so this is what happened. So, first off, my husband went to use his Lowe's card, and I forgot to tell Sandy this part. And they were telling us it was inactive. We don't even use it. Or no, not inactive. It was we couldn't use it because we were at our limit. We have nothing on it. So she had to run a search, find out there was nothing there, and call in because we hadn't used it, and it made it look like it was in use, but it wasn't. She said if you don't use it after a certain period of time, it'll just say you can't use it. So we had to call in and fix that. So, what we went through. It was like an hour because the poor girl that was working customer service, she had no freaking clue how to do appliances. She kept calling people to the phone and nobody would answer. So she figured it out herself. So I am proud of the girl that waited on us because we gave her patience and she took her time. She kept saying people to appliances because she couldn't figure out how to scan certain things, like the just certain things where it came to the extra insurance and all that kind of stuff. And I did feel bad for her because I know what it was like when I used to work at that Lowe's. Every time a customer came in, people would hide because they didn't want to help people, which I thought was ridiculous because I was the first one to ask. I might not know what I was doing, but I tried. So, it took us like an hour just to get through that. So the next day we had plans to go meet both of our parents to spend some time. My husband wanted to see his mom and I wanted to see my mom and dad. So needless to say, we get an automated phone call saying that our refrigerator was due to be delivered between 9 in the morning and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. My husband's not a morning person because he's on night shift, like afternoon. He don't get home till like 11:30 in the morning, so he's gone every day. From like 12:50 in the afternoon until 11:30 at night. I don't see him. So that was a lot for him to get up and wait for this refrigerator that never came. So I call, he calls, and I get a hold of corporate, talk to a manager and everything. I'm like, where the hell's the refrigerator? We have plans today to see our parents, and we get this phone call. Oh, that's an automation thing. I said, well, then, it's always blame. We contract out for deliveries. We do that. I don't care. That is a management problem. Fix it. It shouldn't be a computer calling people, telling them when their shit's being delivered in the first place. It should be a human being. And a human being actually programs the computer. So come on, people, stop blaming and get your crap together. Hey, Hollywood. So then I was through the page talking to people on the web, through the actual page where you can contact them, and the phone, because the phone kept hanging up on us. We called 3 times and it would put us on hold with music, and it hung up on us 3 times. Well, that right there fired my ass up to begin with. I was already done pissed by the time I got to the web page. So then I got the person who got their manager, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. So then the second day, still no delivery of the refrigerator. So we did get a phone call saying that the dishwasher person was coming and he was going to measure where the dishwasher was supposed to go. I crap, this guy better know what the hell he's doing is all I have to say, because I'm going to be up his ass the whole time he's here. Trust me, tomorrow, if he even shows. So then we get through all of this, and they said, well, you have to call this particular number. Let me show you my phone. Hold on. All I can say is, United States, you better start getting your shit together on customer service, because you people piss me off. These are the 3 numbers I called: Lowe's Home Improvement, Lowe's Corporate, and Lowe's Distribution Center. Well, the distribution center had, your delivery. Well, by the time I got to corporate and complained to the manager, it was like 8 o'clock at night, because she said the delivery could be between 8 in the morning to 8 at night. So, yes. So this is what happened. I get to she calls me a corporate. When I talked to the manager, called distribution. Guess what? It was closed. They only stay open until 6:30, and it was 8 o'clock. So I was like, you know what? So the next day I called the distribution, and guess what I get? A woman on the telephone with a Southern accent that's a recording that says, call your local Lowe's repeatedly, and it hangs up on you. Like, really? By this time, I want to reach to the phone and I want to snap somebody's neck. I mean, I was just so mad going through this shit. So day 3 is today. Yesterday, I take it back. My husband goes to work. He gets a phone call from Lowe's. We don't have your refrigerator. There's 50 of them stuck in Washington, D.C. for some odd reason, and they won't deliver. So the refrigerator we picked out is now no longer there, but the charge is on our card for it. I'm like, oh my God, can I kill somebody? Just a little bit. At this point, you got to be freaking kidding me. It took us an hour to pick out the damn refrigerator for the correct size, the correct style, and now you're telling us you don't have the damn thing after you told us 2 days ago it was going to be delivered. Needless to say, my vacation weekend sucked. So I didn't get to see my mom, and I just told my husband, you know what? Just go visit your mother, because you haven't seen her. I could just do my parents whenever. I'm just going to sit here, because I was just that pissed off, because that was the point. We were still waiting and they never came. So then we're dealing with Lowe's in Ohio. I'm in West Virginia. So then I decided, you know what? I'm going to go for a Lowe's in West Virginia and see what the hell they have to say. Because when I went online, it kept showing me that the LG was in West Virginia, which isn't very far from the other Lowe's. Why they couldn't transport it, I don't know. Maybe because they're 2 separate states and one wants to be greedy and keep your money, and they don't want to deal with another state. Who the hell knows? But you would think, being Lowe's a corporation, they would find the nearest one that's available and have it friggin' delivered. So then my husband calls down there today, and he leaves me a voice message on the phone. He says, yes, they have one at the West Virginia Lowe's. It's the exact one we picked out. but they couldn't give it to me because it's still showing up that the other one's charged on my card and it won't come off for 2 days. I'm like, what the hell? You got to be kidding me. You think after the hell the other Lowe's put us through, that they would have done us that service and took it off of our card so we could get a freaking another one? And why do we have to wait 2 damn days when it only takes 2 seconds to freaking charge? Oh my God. I'm like, I said, you know what? I told my husband, I won't hear no more. Just do what you want. I don't care. I'm to the point. I don't even want to talk about it. I was just so fed up with this shit. So he finally calls back about 3 hours later. And I don't know what happened. Maybe they finally did us the courtesy. Who the hell knows? Or I don't know where my husband got the money from. He'll tell me when he comes home tonight. Maybe he used another card. Who knows? Because we only had a Lowe's card to shop with. We couldn't just go anywhere. So he turned around and he said, finally, I got it and we're getting it the end of this week. And I said, you know what? I don't want to hear about it until it's in the house. Once everything's here, then I'll believe it. That's the point I was at this week. And I said, thank God I don't have high blood pressure, but this shit stresses me out. It just does, because I have all the patience in the world for certain things. But when it comes for this kind of stuff, when I'm out shopping for furniture, I want a truck with me. Usually I take my dad's. And I told him, I don't care if we rent one. It's not that expensive to rent a U-Haul. I would just rather do that. So, or buy a truck than deal with all this stress. So that's crazy. Hey, Jade. It's my daughter's name. Such a pretty name. I love that name. So that's my rant for the week. So where does CDC? He's always, what's Tammy's complaint for the week? Well, that's it. So needless to say, I am not going back to that store. I'm done. And, you know, it may be the third party or whatever they hire is not their fault, but they should get their crap together, because if I was a business running a business, I would be on the damn truck making sure the shit's delivered to people. And that's what happens. It's like nobody cares anymore in customer service, and they should. I don't care. I started out, I had a minimum wage job. It was like $3 and something. I don't care if you don't get paid enough. You are there to do the best job to show your ability. I've had crappy jobs for crappy pay. When I first started out on top, I always gave my best, no matter what my paycheck was, because that's just how I was raised to be. So I don't want to hear about people. You know, some people will say, well, they don't get paid enough. What's enough? You know, at least you have a job. Be thankful. That's how I look at it. I mean, you can't expect to start working and have top pay. You have to work your way to it. And that's what's sad about some of this younger generation. They think everything should be handed to them, and it doesn't work that way. You work for it. So that's me. And I've never been fired. I've never been laid off. I've always been told your job's here if you ever want it back. So I must have did something right. So anyways, to fill in the bigger pockets, I decided to use recycled cardboard. You can take frozen pizza boxes. This is a Chili Mac box. My husband had Chili Mac the other night. There's no food or nothing on this. It's just there's a container that goes in it. So it's not like you eat off of it. But what I did was I ran it through my Big Shot machine. And then I took a book page. And I'm going to glue this. And I'm going to use it. And this is how you use upcycled stuff with brand new stuff. So when I do my journals, it's a mixture. You'll have brand new things I buy, and you will have upcycled stuff, because why waste it? Sometimes your book pages, they're not cardstock, so they're not like real stiff. So this is why I like adding them to cardboard that's upcycled, because it makes it really nice to where your paper stays firmer. And then this is your other side. So if you don't have the money to go out to like Hobby Lobby and Joann's and all these places to constantly buy crafts. There's so many ways that you can make your paper more stationary. You can upcycle cardboard. You can use coffee dyed paper, magazine pages, anything you want. You can even sew it to make your paper, because this paper is kind of thin and it would tear easy. So this makes it nice. And then you can craft on it. So that'll go in one big pocket. And then this is the back of another upcycled cardboard. So sometimes I save my little frozen dinner packages. And I mean, they cost. When you're buying like a Jimmy Dean's, you're paying like $2 or $3 something for one of those little breakfast bowls. Save the cardboard on it and reuse it. It's not like you didn't pay for it already. It's my philosophy. I actually watched Treasure Books the other night. She is a really cool crafter. She made it to her 100K, and I'm telling you, she does some crazy stuff. She did a video here recently where they took, remember the Bic ink pens you used to get that were clear? She took a pen apart. Now, I recycle to an extent. I'll upcycle. I never would have thought of this, though. But she took the back and the front off, and it was clear all the way through. So she rolled up a piece of really pretty paper you get for scrapbooking and stuck it in the middle. And then she ran a cord through here and through the back. And she literally turned it into a band to hold a book together as a closure. It was so cool. I'll put Treasure Books in here. She's like the upcycling queen on here. I swear this woman is. I think is she in the UK? I can't remember. I know she's in the UK or Australian. I know Bonnie knows who she is. But she does have cool tricks. Oh my gosh, Debbie, that is awful. That is awful. But we did get it taken off our card, thank God. But this is Treasure Books channel. It's really cool listening to her and watching some of the ideas she comes up with from scratch because she's very talented. Her 100K, when she got her silver play button, was the cutest video ever. She had a really cute video of her acceptance. Let's see here. I don't know where my eyelash trim is. Ooh. What did I do with it? I had it in the living room and I moved it, and I don't know where I put it. But since I'm sitting here, I probably, maybe, what color is this? I don't think this will match the book. Well, yeah, there's another color in here I can use. Okay. So we're going to plug into my Sari book. My Sari Silk. So I do have some Wading Green mixed in here. This is more like a burnt orange. I don't think that would match. So we'll go with this color. So let's see. Let's pull out some Sari Silk. I wish I had my eyelash trim though. I like my eyelash trim because it's spiky. But no, I don't have it in here. What the heck did I do with it? Might be down in Spiderville. So we'll do my eyeball on this. So if I measure incorrectly, well, it just comes incorrectly. These are my lethal weapon. These scissors you do not want to mess with. I cut my fingers without, and that was not fun. So we'll do, let's do 2 greens. That's what we'll do. So I'm a lefty, so I'm always cutting towards my fingers. I got to be careful. Okay. So put this over here. Then we'll take this, put this through here. My little loop-de-loop. Sorry Silk is good for so many things. This is great stuff for tags or to wrap around a journal. And of course I did that backwards. Goes in this way. Maybe. Right? Yeah. Goes in through the front. Yeah. So this shows. And once you get it on here, cut it again. Move the side. Get out of my way. Tina did a cute craft last night. I was watching Tina Messy Crafty Life. She made a haunted house in a box. And it was cool watching her craft last night. I love watching what people do. I think it's cute. We'll just guesstimate. About right there. There's a sale on Saturday. The Saturday coming. I'm going to advertise her channel. Sandy knows who it is. And we will be there. If you're looking for laces and fun crafty items, Michelle does a Stock Your Stash. It's like approximately like, what is it? Like once every 3 months, 3 times a year, something like that. She'll do a pin-up on her channel. But this is Michelle with 1 L. Got to make sure it's 1 L or you'll never hear the end of it. I like picking on Scotty. But this is Michelle's channel. So Saturday, subscribe to her and come visit us. Because she's a lot of fun. She's a riot when she has her sales. She has a wonderful variety. They hit that yard sale that's like miles long. And she finds some really good stuff. Vintage and all kinds of goodies. So this pocket, see where I said the pockets were huge? This fits in there perfect. These great big tags. So I have a tag for that one. Then we go back here. I think I put 2 in. Let's do this one for back here. Now things can be added to those too, and they can be decorated more. And what I did with this one was this came out of a Paris pack I bought, and I backed it with my dyed paper. And I dye paper with coffee, tea, food color. Well, I haven't done tea yet, but I'm going to. I've done food coloring. Crystal Light gave me my orange. And see, food coloring, crystallite. Now you can do beets. I have recipes where you can use food to dye stuff too. And then of course there's RIT dye. My dyeing takes me about 3 days because I bake mine. Where sometimes you can do the eco dye too. So there's so many different ways you can dye pages, but I like the baked. I put them in my oven. I dip them in whatever food coloring I use. I have like a skillet, one of those electric skillets, and I'll put hot water in, but I let the water cool to warm. I don't do it at room temperature, and I don't do it when it's super hot. I do it right in the middle as the water cools down to where it's like a lukewarm. And then I'll put whatever I want into it, coffee, whatever. Usually I brew the coffee. I don't use instant. But if I do food coloring, I put the water in by itself. And then I take my papers and I dip them. And I have cookie sheets lined up with aluminum foil. And I have it set to like anywhere from like 250, somewhere around a lower heat range. And I'll put them in the oven anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how long it takes, because every oven's different. And I let them dry on the cookie sheet. No, they don't catch on fire. People freak out. They, as long as they don't touch the oven and they're on the aluminum foil, they're not going to catch on fire. And then you just wait. I set a timer and I wait till they're done. And this is the kind of papers I come out with when I bake them. And every time, this is my coffee dyed, and it smells so good because I put a little bit of vanilla in with them, so it gives it like you get a scent. These are my yellow pages. The edges are so cool. And then this is pink and orange. Or no, yeah, there's a couple pink here, and the rest of that orange. It doesn't really show up, but it's almost like a tangerine color. RIT, you get darker colors. So, but the edges are really cool on these pages, and they got that crunchy crinkle. So that's why I like dyed pages. But every time I every time I would fill up my Etsy store, I would sell out. I could never keep dyed papers because it takes so long. And plus, I have my own stash. I had one lady at a live sale. She bought like every single color, and this box was so huge, I had to stuff it. Thank goodness I had a whole bunch pre-made because I was still dying 3 days later trying to fill everybody's orders. That's how much dyed papers are in demand. People love them, but they're a lot of fun. I remember hey Kyle, I remember the first time I dyed papers. My husband was like, has she lost her marbles? He was giving me these weird looks because he's not a crafter. And it was when I first came into YouTube because I had never dyed papers before. And he was giving me these looks like I was off my rocker. And when they sold out, he was like, what? And I told him, I said, shh. I said, quit being so judgmental. I said, just because you've never dyed papers, I don't want to hear your choppers. But when he was off with his hurt hand, he promised all the ladies, and he was going to make RIT dyed papers, and he never did it. He got the dyes, but he never dyed the paper. I said, and he wants to play with the gel plates. And I told him, go for it. I said, make me some paper so I can share it with the crafters if that's what you want to do. I'm not a gel plater. I only like to dye, but I said, hey, if you want to experiment, go for it. I said, you can help me out. So maybe he'll become a crafter on the side when he retires. Who knows? Oh, relaxing, Kyle. I'm unwinding from a very long, stressful weekend. Needless to say, I did sleep good last night after all the tension. I went to bed around like 3 or 4 this morning, and then I woke up early this morning, couldn't go back to sleep. So I continue reading the book I was reading on Janis Joplin's life. It's a really good book. And I fell back asleep because reading makes me sleepy. So then I woke up again and I went back to sleep. I had an off and on day, but at least I felt rested. I cuddled up with my doggie. She crawled up in bed with me, and me and her passed out for about a couple hours. So I had a long day of sleeping off and on. But Janis Joplin, there's a book her sister Laura wrote, and it is a very good book for somebody who wants to really study the life of somebody famous, especially a musician, and everything they had to go through back in the 60s and how they got into drugs because of the environment at the time. It is a really good read. And the reason why, like, I've been reading a lot of biographies here lately, about people's lives, because to me it's educational. But this was a really intense book because it's not just about Janis. It wasn't just, this is what she did, this is her fame, and it was everything. It was what was going on in the world at the time. It was about the influences of the time. It was how some of the drugs were developed. I was like so shocked when I read how one of the drugs was an accident and it was created accidentally. And it was just really good because it was a lot of facts and influence, because her mindset before she became famous, she was raised in a pretty religious family, pretty conservative type family. And her brain just wanted so much more. Sometimes we get restless, I think, when we go through the teenage stage and when you're in high school, and then they like pressure you, like, are you going to go to college? What are you going to be? And you see some of these kids that go to college and then they change their majors because you're really still a kid. You're undecided. And I mean, this is just my personal opinion. I think we can grow up fast, but I think, to me, if a person gets married, I think 26 is a good age to start thinking about it. I think we're still babies under 26. We still have things we want to do. And I think she just didn't want to be suppressed. She was a type of woman who, you really delve into her through her sister. Her sister writing the way she did about her sister was amazing. It was like she captured her in a different way. And all the letters she wrote home as she was going through her steps to become famous, they were all published in this book. Letters that were never seen before. So you get to see what she was thinking. And she just felt that, why are we raised all to believe the same thing? That you got to get married, you got to settle down, you got to have kids, you got to become a wife. She didn't want that. She wanted a life of her own without being defined by someone else. And it's just an amazing book. And if anybody, I recommend, even people who are famous, not famous, people who have the dream of becoming musicians, it's just a really good book to read so that sometimes you don't fall under the influence of the times. And I really love it. They have it at Thrift Book too. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll put the link in the room because it's really good. I think this was one of the best written biographies I think I've ever read in my life, to be honest. And I'm not a Janis Joplin fan. I didn't know her in my time. Like, she was before I got here, before I was born. But there's a lot of people older than me that remember her. I didn't know her music. What's really funny is the first time I ever heard one of her songs was a girl that was singing it through the Star Show, where they select people to move on to the next. There's that little girl from the UK that sang one of her songs. And I've actually listened to more of Janice's songs since I've been reading her book, because it kind of like when you read about somebody, then you listen to their music, you kind of figure out where they're coming from, and it's just really good. But I would recommend, I love um, books anyways. It's called Love Janice. Let me see if I can find it here. This is the one I have. They have it. It's like a pink cover. They have it for $4.29 or $5. It's not expensive. But this is my recommended read if anybody really wants to read a book. It's really good. Hey Tim, watch it not let me put the link in. Of course not. I don't know if it'll come up. Let me cut this down some. Sometimes it'll go through as a link and sometimes it won't. I hate when they make the link super duper long though. Let me get it up here. Yeah, I know my comment's too long. Oh my goodness. Really, YouTube? Well, I'm telling you, Kyle, if she's into music, she will really enjoy this book. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can try to shorten it. We'll go to... Hold on, let me check the link. Yeah. See if it works for you guys. It worked for me. I had to chop it. But if you ever get the chance, it is such a good book. It really is. There's so much to it. And you just like, it's a book you don't want to put down. I think it was LSD. It was one of them back in the time that was created by accident, and it told about it, the history of the drugs in the book, and I was like, what? But the thing is, I kind of resonate with things I read. Like I look at the big picture of things, and we're in an opioid epidemic right now. We have people who in certain areas, heroin's really bad. Alcohol's still bad. See you later, Debbie. But when I was reading her book and the influence, I was also looking at the ages. You take care, Deb. And I kind of saved a couple pages that I bookmarked. Calmer than yesterday, Tim. But I'm not going to explain it. It's at the beginning of the video. We had a terrible Labor Day weekend, but I don't want to talk about it no more because it got on my nerves the first time. It's no wonder, when I think of 25% of my niece's graduating class died of drugs. And I can see why they targeted that age. Because when you're coming into a certain age period in your life, I would say anywhere from around 13, you're coming into your teenage, when you're most insecure, into like your early 20s, in between those ages. A lot of kids don't know their own identities yet. They don't know what they want to be. They might come from terrible homes where people are fighting all the time, or even good homes. It's not even about bad homes anymore. It's the insecurity of them wanting to be accepted. And when you think of like cults and things, look at the age range there, where they're suckered into these cults and brainwashed that they're part of a community, to be a part of something. If you look at the big picture of all of that and the influence, it's so easy to understand why that age is so manipulatable. Because, you know, when you're a teen, who thinks about dying? Unless you have a terminal illness, who really thinks about it? We kind of take it for granted. Oh, we're young, we have our whole life ahead of us type of thought process, that we don't think about it at that time. And two, we're challenged. You know, like, I mean, I remember as a kid, I don't know what all you guys' experiences are, but I remember it as a child, one of my friends saying, "Oh, here's a cigarette, try one." And of course, you don't get addicted off the first one. You know, it takes time to smoke a cigarette to become addicted to it. Where heroin, it's like right now, dude. Like they got these drugs that just grab you. And I think the mindset in some of these kids, oh, that'll never happen to me. You know, nothing will ever control me. But then it does. And then they're screwed the first time they do it. You know what I mean? Like, I've been listening to a lot of stories shared because I was part of the mental health field. And you know, just different people who I've known have been addicts and have went through certain things. And I keep seeing the same repeat. It's like they're always caught at an age where they're still so vulnerable. And I think about that when I was reading the Janice book, because it really covers it. And that's why I marked a few pages. It hasn't changed. Her stories was back in the 60s. And we're still going through it now. And it's the same thing. It's like these kids get so excited because whether you're famous or not, or whether you're accepted by a crowd or not, they're getting caught up into this stuff. And it's just really sad because they don't know what they're getting into till it's too late. I don't know. I think about stuff like that when I read, you know, and her story was just really good. And you can see how people, you know, people can say people are foolish for doing stuff and making stupid choices, but until you're in it, you don't understand it, you know. And I do believe that. It's just sad. And it's all walks of life. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, rich, poor. This shit affects everybody. It doesn't matter. It knows no gender, it knows no race. It's attacking everybody, and it's just sad to see it. It just really is. I can't tell you how many kids I have personally known that have died because of drug overdoses, and it's just sad. You know? It just really, really is. I hate it when I watch shows. You see me watch Chicago PD. My husband's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm over there with a box of tissues. I said, "This is terrible. Look at that kid that got shot in a crossfire, or somebody else being stupid." I mean, it's a show, but this shit happens for real. I can't imagine living a life like that where you walk out your door and somebody's firing a gun at you. I can't imagine living a street lifestyle or in the city because it's so harsh. I was raised in a small town and I see enough. I can't even imagine what city people go through. But I do listen to music and I hear stories, and I like all music. So, you know, I hear the stories that people share in their music and the things they have to say. And it's, you know, it's very interesting to me. So, I just wish other people would pay more attention, if that makes any sense. I really wish people would. Wish people would be more embracing of each other instead of so judgmental of each other. It'd be nice. So this is cute. There's a lot of cute ephemera And napkins. Napkins would even be cute on some of these tags. Look how cute that is. You could even take food for thought. Let me see what we can do. I want to decorate a tag. I'm just in the mood. I actually like cooking better than crafting. I know it sounds crazy. I find cooking more relaxing, even though I do find crafting relaxing too. But sometimes I feel like with crafting, we have to measure to make things work. And cooking, I don't measure nothing. I like throwing everything in and guessing. So this napkin's really cool because it's got like an embedded swirl from the original napkin on the white part. That's really cool. Something like that could be stamped on later. I need to bring some of my wooden stamps up here too. I got a whole tote of beautiful wooden stamps. I got lucky because another crafter told me about a lady who was having an estate sale, and I got a huge box for only $35 with shipping included. And let me tell you what, that was one huge box, especially when some of these stamps you pay like 20 bucks a piece. So I got a really good deal. Okay, so on this one, we're going to tear. One thing nice about tearing too is it gives it character. We're going to tear around the Eiffel Tower. Let's go across the bottom. Give it a little rugged look. That's cool. I don't want to tear the tip off, but that's cool looking. So we'll tear that part of it. And then let's see. Let's tear around the Paris. I've never been out of the country, but it'd be cool one time to see just to go to Paris once. See the tower. I have a favorite YouTuber I love watching on here. Her name's Heatherland. And she got proposed to by her boyfriend in front of the Eiffel Tower, and it was just so stinking cute. That's so neat. The ripped look. So let's get this over here. We're going to go in here with ground espresso. I love ground espresso from Tim Holtz. I love my little ink pad. And let me kind of mush it up. Around the edges a little bit. Hey, Jasmine, how are you? Well, thank you. Put this up. Well, I'm glad you get to stop by. him. He always does be right back, so I never see him again. I hope you had a great day, Jess. So we're going to put this here. And I am going to use the clear Elmer's because it's good stuff. Well, let's just do it on here first. This will probably have to dry, so. Because I want to kind of decoupage this on here. This is where you kind of get your vintage looking stuff. Move this over. I like working on 2 journals during my lives because when one's dry and, whoops, wrong glue, I can work on the other one some more. There's nothing like getting your fingers dirty. Playing in glue like a little kid. But yeah, napkins are nice because they're easy to glue, but you do got to be careful because they're delicate and they rip easy. But I love this glue because it just doesn't stick like Mod Podge. This here dries out so awesome. And Elmer's glue is underrated. Their clear glue is fantastic for decoupaging. It really, truly is. And even if you get a little crinkle in your napkin, that's okay. It gives it character. I actually like it when it bubbles a little bit so that you can smash it and get a little bit of a crinkle. Look how pretty that looks. I like it. But it all depends on what kind of a crafter you are. You know, some people, they like a lot of color. Some people like, I don't know. They like the pastels. Some people like vintage. I'm going to tear this down a little more. Some people like children's books to turn into, what is it, the golden books. Just all depends on what your crafting style is, what you want to do. So that looks good right there. Okay, Tammy, just beat up your table over here. So we're going to put that down there. Smash it into it. And you don't have to use Distress ink either if you don't want to. Some people don't like using Distress inks. I didn't use it on the Paris one. Word. There you go. You got Paris up in the corner. The Eiffel Tower on a napkin. And then you can add whatever you want. I have, let's see what else I want to add to this. I bought this at a yard sale, and I do believe this is tatting. Some lady made this, but she didn't finish it. So I bought it to cut pieces off of it. I like these little circles. So this is what, I used this on my Gothica journal too. Look how pretty that is. It's just a little circle. So we're gonna use Alina's for this. I like Alina's like a instead of using a glue gun, I like this glue because it holds really well. At least it does for me. So we'll put that right there up at the top. And let me see here. You look around me. Always plucking from somewhere. So we will take it's kind of light. A little darker of a button. That's cute. I want to put a button on it. I like buttons. So we're going to take Alina's. Sometimes I sew these on, sometimes I glue them. It just depends. I like sewing by hand too. Shh, don't tell nobody. I'd rather sew by hand than use a sewing machine. I like to sew. I like to crochet too. I haven't crocheted in a while. Last thing I made was a great big granny squared blanket from my one grandson. He wanted a blanket with Ohio State colors. So I did it. The granny squares were done in gray, outlined in red. And then when I was done, I outlined the whole blanket in black. And it looked really nice because it really outlined all the colors. Let's see. Wipe the glue off the button so it don't look sticky. And another thing you can do too, I don't have none up here. All my charms are downstairs. But another thing you could do is right where I hung this is you could have like a little chain with a little dangle hanging. Special Mother, there's owls, there's a cross. My brads are all downstairs too. All my stuff I like to play with downstairs. Darn it. Oh well. How about, I just got these as a stickers from somebody sent this to me in an order. What you think? How cool is that? Oh, I like that too. have a girl like she's going to shop at Paris. What you think? What you think? I don't think that's a sticker. That's kind of cute. So we'll add her since I don't have my little dingly things up here. So I'm just going to crop my little fingers off. I think she's stuck. I stuck her to the glue, but that's okay. We'll just do this. We'll put the rest of her down. So we have that piece. And that piece. This is funny. She's stuck to the glue on my napkin. And then we'll glue her leg down. Get her foot in there. Sassy Sandy. This is Sassy Sandy shopping in Paris. Sweep up my glue bottle. Move this over here. Okay. And then we will make sure this little tiny piece is cut off so we don't have anything hanging over the edge. That works. Yeah, that looks cute. She's like, yes, I'm shopping in Paris. Probably not going to use these little tidbits, so we'll put these in the garbage. Now these sorry sold pieces I could use on something else. So that will go in my scrap pile. But yeah, I like it. That's pretty. And then if you want to get real fancy, what colors do we have? This one. That's kind of a pretty color. Which one's this one? Chain drops. Gold. Gold Luxe. I don't know. Let's play. Okay. I'm gonna drink water first. Alrighty. Okay. I have not played with these yet. So you are my first timers. I mean, I played with drops, just not these colors. Okay. This has got sparkles in it. Ooh, that is so cool. Thank you. Oh no, there's Tim back. Hide, everybody. You gotta hide. Tim Goods on Be Right Backs for 10 hours. And he's like, oh, I took a nap. He takes naps on us. I know he does. I got to pick on Tim. I haven't picked on him in a while. Thank you, Stacy. Okay, so if you don't know what Nuvo drops are, these are really cool drops that, you know, like when you go to the Dollar Tree and you see these little ones with stickers, these are how you make them. But you can get them in sparkles and different colors. So this color here is called Glitter Drops, and this is an orange soda. Then these are my favorite. The Dream Drops are like a shimmery, and this one's in Gold Luxe. So we're going to see how much fun we can make from these. So what I like doing with these is I like picking a place that I want to put a drop, or you can use these to write a name, like a word, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to take the buttonhole on this side, and I'm going to use this color, and I put it up here in the corner because I thought it was cute. Then you can go down here, and you could do something like a heart. I'll put a heart down here in the corner that I'll draw with a knife with it. It's almost like one of those icing, you know, like when you're doing cakes. So we'll put a heart on this one. This is a pretty color. And then we're going to take the gold. I love buying these. Marianne's my go-to for my drops. She's the one that's got me addicted to these things. We'll put that color on the other side of the button. And then up here, we'll do this drop catty corner to blend the two colors together. And you know, that would be something else we were talking about your, no, this isn't a bookmarker, it's a tag, Tim. We were talking about your crocheted charms. This would be a cute way to use Stacy's crochet charms too, is right when you put the sari silk on, you could dangle something she makes right here on the top of a tag. That would be so cute. Every time I see her stuff, I think charms. But this is what the little dots look like. I got it on the button. I got a heart made at the bottom. And now this will sit and dry. And that's pretty much done, unless I wanted to add something fancy on it, like maybe a piece of lace across the bottom. don't know. I kind of like it the way it is. It's got enough dimension. You don't want to make it too puffy because it's going to go into a pocket. So usually when I do tags, I try not to do the dimensions on the bottom. This will be okay because it'll harden. But most of the time I stick to the top because this part's going to be stuck out of the pocket. But this is going to go into a lace pocket. So that'll dry overnight. And in the meantime, we have another tag we can play with. Yeah, I try to flatten stuff because of my journals, but I love this journal. This is really cute. This is going to be fun to finish. So what I'm working on is the ephemera part. I got the journal put together. This one, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet. I might put it up for sale. I'm keeping the other one. This was fun. This was fun to do. I like the little bistro. I need to find some more of my Paris items. And I got to finish the cover too. It's not done. I get some work to do on this one. That's dry already, which is good. So we're going to go back and dig. Yeah. If you only seen that pal outside my door. Oh my gosh. Went appliance shopping and we still haven't got that. Was a nightmare. I talked about at the beginning of the video. I won't talk about it no more. I was so mad. But anyways, I have a pile sitting outside my door. And I know a friend of mine, she's like, I don't know how you stand it. She said, I would have had my mail all ripped open. I said, that's you, not me, though. I said, you don't understand. I have a lot. Well, I kind of got stuck because I'm trying to give, when you buy off of an auctioneer off of the Whatnot app, you got to give like a feedback. You know, kind of like when you buy off of Amazon, they want to hear how your order and stuff went. Well, this one box I opened, I can't find the buyer. I got her first name, but that's not what her name is on Whatnot. And I can't find her. I've narrowed it down to 2 people because I know the first names, some of them, but she didn't send an invoice or anything with the order to tell me who she was. A lot of times they'll have like the Whatnot ID is the return person, or it'll have their name and then, you know, the Whatnot ID beside it, or you'll get an invoice inside and it'll tell you who they are. I have no clue who this person is, Stacy, and 2 of the items were broken. And it's just, I mean, it is what it is because it's shipped from a faraway state. And the couple items that I got, I didn't pay a lot for the items that I won, but they were fragile, so they broke. And I just want to let her know that they broke. And I have no clue who she is. But she did good packaging, so it was not her packaging. I just think it was the distance and the postal service that it had to go through, because I'm in West Virginia and this came from Washington State. So it came a long ways. And I have no clue to let her know. I have the video of the unboxing, but I wanted to put her name beside it too, you know, and all I have is her first name. Of course, her last name too, but you know what I mean? I just don't have her name. But this is what came. It's really sad. But that's why I like doing unboxings on my channel, because I open it fresh where people can see that stuff is broken or the packages are ripped. But she did have these packaged with a lot of paper. She used a lot of bubble wrap. So I know she did good, but look. So I kept the pieces and I did take pictures of them. I'm going to throw them away, but this broke in half. It was a beautiful dish, but very, very fragile. This looks like something my grandmother would have. But everything else came in really good condition. But look how pretty this was. You know I love the color blue. I was so like, no! Look how pretty that is. But it came broken. And then this glass. But you can see how delicate that glass is. And then that came broken. But it happens. I just wanted to let her know, and I don't know who she is. But everything else came in really good condition. So, and so what they do on the Whatnot app is really cool because they'll have a buy one choice. And they'll start it out like $1 or $2, and then you have a choice. Sometimes the buyers will pick 2. And they start it out, and whatever you get, sometimes you only pay $2 and you get to pick 2 things. Well, they show like 2 new things at a time. Like they keep refreshing because they'll show you like a whole bunch of stuff set out. Whatnot's a lot faster than YouTube sales because they do a 30-second countdown. Some can do a minute, but most of them will do 30 seconds, and you got to hurry up and hit that bid. But what they do is they'll put them out, and then when people stop buying, they'll say, okay, we're going to start the bid. Like they'll have a bunch of stuff set out, and they'll start it at like $10. And they'll say, this is to clear everything. So I only did that twice. I cleared what they had left for one sum, like $10, $15. I mean, you get really good deals. Depends on who's bidding against you. And I did a clear out on hers, and that's how I ended up with some of this stuff. But I can't remember who she was. I have a horse plate I got from her too. It was like, darn it, I remember the horse plate. I just can't remember her name on Whatnot. I don't know her neck. So I got to find out who she is because I want to let her know. And I texted one person so far, but I haven't got a reply. It's narrowed down to 2 people because I know the first names of most of the people I buy from. I just don't know who this person is. I'll figure it out. But I just want to tell them sometimes when it's a long distance, you have to pack a little more. Like I know I have a friend, when I have my live sales on YouTube, you know, I can get away with like reusing an Amazon box and duct taping it or whatever for somebody like in Kentucky or somebody closer. But I have one person that buys off of me. I think she's in Arizona. I don't know. She's out there. And I cannot do a reused box. For some reason, and she's had this problem in the past with sellers, whenever I send something to her, it has to be a brand new sturdy box. Because if it's used, it's always broke open. Even if she doesn't lose anything, it breaks open every time before she gets it because it's a long haul. You know, like from the East Coast to West Coast. So I do try to use better boxes because I bought a skid of boxes when I do my sales, and she always got a brand new one. Because one time I sent her one that it was sturdy, but not as sturdy. And it came open. Like she said, thank God this stuff was still there, but she showed me a picture of it. She said, it happens every time. So I said, well, I'll be careful. So you have that. I like the floral on this one. And the reason why I like taking the napkins apart for people that don't know what us crafters do is because we like to see the words come through the napkins because it's so pretty on the book pages. So this one here, I like that piece. That's pretty. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to cut. I'm not going to tear this one like I did the last one. I'm going to do this one a little different. So we're going to cut this. But shipping can be so horrendous for some people. It really can. And her box came fine. It wasn't open. But I just think, you know, Whatnot people are new and they're still learning a lot about shipping over there. And she packed one item that should have been packed separate because it was a little heavier. So yeah, it was feedback. Is I just want to let her know the heavier item I think should have been shipped separately. Because it might have been part of the problem. I don't know. But I know how rough, you know, it can be when things are shipped too. I know how things get thrown around. So there's that. Okay. So this here, let's do, wish I had a dangle up here. I really do. I don't know if I could pull that off. Let me think a minute. I mean, I probably could. Maybe. But I don't have a hook up here, so that wouldn't work either. What do you think? Mine. What's this one? That's why they didn't work last time. Because I wasn't using mine. Huh. That might have been why. So, I guess I could use a smaller one. Let me try. I'm going to just play because I want to do something. See if this works. Because I don't know. I just want to play with a dangle. So let's see if I can pull it off with this. Hey, Christine. I'm up here talking to myself. Hey, Kim. How are you ladies doing tonight? I'm up here just winging it. I'm looking for something that I want to do with this. I don't know what I'm doing. You know how us crafters get. Oh, there's little ones in there. Ooh. The thing is, though, Yeah, I'm working on 2 journals. That are Paris themed. Let's see here. Let's see what I got. I got let me see. We have a clear one. That's orange. Let's see what we got here. There's a pretty one. There's a pretty one. There's a pretty one. And we can do it's not pink. That looks purple. There's a pink one. And then we could do, pick out what I'm going to play with. Another purple. But that's a big purple. We don't want a big purple one. We want a little purple one. Or a little white one. There's a little white one. So we can do this. We'll switch these around. Oh, that looks cute. Okay, it's always about the pieces. Getting the pieces together. Yep. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Oh no. Nice, Christine. You're having a sale. Hurry back, Stacy. No, I can't really. I just pretend I can, Christine. My stuff is downstairs in Spiderville. This is going to be too big. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's see. We'll try it. If I could get this needle threaded. My stuff is a mess downstairs. It's all in Spiderville. So this is I don't know what this is called. Is it called Waxy Thread? I'm not exactly sure what the name of this is. I bought this off of somebody else's live sale, but I don't know. Oh, that did work. Cool beans. But I'm not sure. You know what? I never use this for signatures. I would always go to Walmart and buy the hemp cord. So I'm not exactly sure. I need a light up magnifying glass. Come on. Somebody told me Hobby Lobby has one. There we go. This is cute. I like this. Oh gosh, here comes Satan. Always coming in here to bug me. What are you up to, Satan? Are you out doing your evil deeds? Let's see here. Before I do this tag, we're going to play with this part of it. I'm going to take this in through the Sari Silk. Come on. I bet you are. Let's see here. I guess I probably could have done that where it don't show. I don't know. I'm just playing with this for now. I've never done a beaded dangle from a tag before. I've always just used do this. No, I don't want to do that. I'm not rude. If you don't like it, you see that X up there? You can go bye-byes. Okay, we'll leave it like this. And then we'll take this. Yeah, we'll just tie this. First, I thought when Satan came in here that they were one of my grandsons being goofy. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's take that back through. And I feel like Satan's somebody I know hiding under another ID. That's what I think. I think they like coming in here and they like trying to mess with me. Okay, so we'll cut it here. Let's do this. Well, then I'll make sure you get bored really fast. We don't like Satan here. We like God in here. Okay. So we'll just make a little knot, and it can be loose. It doesn't got to be tight. And we'll just do it this way. It can be a little hangy. That sounds like a personal problem. Sounds like you need to see a doctor. They have pills for that. You never answered my question. Have you been out wreaking havoc lately? I used to have people sneak up on me all the time under different IDs on Yahoo. I think Satan is an evil crafter, Christine. He spins many webs. There was actually somebody I used to know in chat that would make IDs like Satan, and he was actually a really good guy. I don't know this Satan. Okay. Christine, you're so funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is tied 3 times and this is tied. I like how this looks. So we're going to go down in here. Satan, you were at Lowe's this weekend. That's all I have to say. You were their crappy customer service. That didn't turn out too bad. That turned out kind of cute. Let me cut this little tail off. Yeah, look at that. So if we take this, let me see if I can turn it around. Yeah. I like it. Look how cute that looks. Dingy, dingy, dingy. Yeah. That's something new for me. Drawing's a good thing. So we'll do this piece here. I like that. That turned out really cute looking. And then we'll put this underneath. I used to like to doodle. I used to, thank you, Christine. I used to draw things that my mother had on her wall and on her stands when it would rain. There's nothing like doodling in the rain. I haven't done that in a long time, though. We're going to decoupage this. I'm going to use Aleena's glue to get it down on the tag. And then for the new crafters that came in here, the best thing to Mod Podge with is not Mod Podge. The best thing to decoupage with is Elmer's clear glue. I don't like Mod Podge. Just don't. It's sticky. So this is what I like to do. We're going to lay this down like so. I don't care if it's got bumps in it, wrinkles in it, because it gives it character. There. Then we're going to take Elmer's glue that's clear. This is the best Mod Podge stuff to decoupage. Well, I should say decoupage. And you use your finger and you go over your napkins. And this is so much nicer. And when it dries, it's fantastic. It's not sticky. I don't care what climate you're in. It's amazing. I tried Mod Podge and I just am not a happy camper. I've used the matte, I've used the gloss, and it's just terrible. I can't tell you how many times I've bought expensive journals and the freaking pages would be stuck together and it would rip because of freaking Mod Podge. I mean, if you're going to pay $65 for a decent book, you don't want Mod Podge in it. Because some of the journals are expensive. And I just don't. I refuse to pay that amount of money if I see somebody using Mod Podge. I won't. Because I've had some amazing crafters I've gotten books off of, and it's just, it was awful because it would rip the page in front of it and everything else. Ugh, it's ridiculous. Oh, I'm telling you, Kim, it is. It's an awful product. I seen a bunch of crafters bragging about it, and I thought, I'll try it. It sucks. It sucks. Because I would see them put napkins on envelopes and things like that. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. So this is the other tag I have drying. I made this one before you guys come in. This was a ribbed napkin with Paris. I'm working on 2 Paris journals. Somebody sent me this as a gift from the Whatnot app. So I added her. And there's one of the tags, and I play with my Nuvos. Now, I did use Nuvo down here. Usually I don't do dimensional unless it's a top because this is going to go in a pocket. And when I put stuff in pockets, I prefer everything to be flat so it don't catch. But here are the 2 journals I started in my 24-hour live that StreamYard ripped me off on and only gave me 6 hours. That's why I canceled them. And I want to tell you something. I'm promoting a new live stream. This is so much better. Seriously. I'm not on StreamYard. I had paid for StreamYard and had a big fight with their customer service because they ripped me off. Even YouTube allows you to post 12 hours of your video, and they even robbed me of that. But yet I could see it. In my history on Google Chrome, I could see the full 24-hour video. And I said, I've only used 22 hours out of 50 that I get for paying you people that shouldn't even be paid for service in the first place, because you should be able to stream YouTube OBS free. But I chose your program to have a nice live stream because you have extra features. And you turn around and you couldn't give me 4 MP4 downloads of the 24-hour stream that I ran. That is highway robbery. That's my content, not for you to keep it. Oh, we had rounds. And then they sent me an email apologizing, something to do with their Google Cloud being messed up. I said, I don't give a shit. I want my 24-hour content. I could have turned it into a playlist. And they kept it. So they lost the customer. So I was in my stream and I was talking to a couple other people and they told me about Restream. So I Googled it. It's amazing. It's got so many more features than StreamYard. And it's unlimited free. None of this cuts you off in 20 hours. It's unlimited. They do have plans only if you want their extra features. Like they have overlays like captions and graphics. And if you want to add your own, of course, you have to buy a plan to be able to put your stuff on, like how I have my at outline in blue. You can do flowers and all kinds of stuff and make your own. I love it, Stacy. And I was talking to somebody else in a live stream the other night. You can invite guests on your panel and everything. And she said her husband was using it for 7 months before he decided to pay for the basic plan. The basic plan on StreamYard is $25. The basic plan on this is $16. So you even save money. And so far, the customer service has been really nice. It's easy to set up. There's just a lot more buttons to it. It's not plain like StreamYard. I like it. So this is what I'm going to be using. I'm serious. It's awesome. It's great. Stacy, I think Stacy, you were she was one of the people in Field Guide that came in here, told me about it. Here's the Google that and it'll take you right to it. And it's really easy to set up. It is picky on its browsers though. It will not accept Microsoft Edge. A lot of things don't accept Microsoft because Microsoft is just a pain. But you can run this on Google Chrome as your Explorer, what you use to search the internet, or you can run it on Firefox. So I'm on Google Chrome using it because I know Tina tried to join the other night and she couldn't because she was on Microsoft Edge and it wouldn't accept it. Like, what is it? Bing. It's got to be you got to use a certain search engine. But other than that, it's awesome. Hey, Metro. Because I used to hate using StreamYard because when I would do sales, I would always go over my 20 hours and they would send me an email. You've surpassed your 20 hours, but they won't cut you off. You can't use it till I think mine was like the 5th of the month or something. This year, you don't have to worry about none of that. There's no cutoff. I love it. I've been testing it in different weathers, just playing with it. I haven't had the first time I used it, people were saying my voice was messed up. That wasn't Restream's fault. I was actually moving it around. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. This is what Restream looks like on my end. And oh, Stacy, I did find the setting for the mirrored effect. If you go into the settings part over here, if you click on settings and you go down to video, it has mirror camera. And if you turn it on, everything's at the opposite side. And if you turn it off, it's the way it should be. So I took the mirror side off. I'm playing in a new program because I got rid of StreamYard Metro. This is unlimited free. It's called Restream. So this here is where you invite people over here. This is my video. And if I have a guest, they line up right here. This is the chat over here on the right-hand side. I want to show you some features. And it has chat up here in the word. And then here it says captions. And over here it says graphics. And if you go to graphics, what I have up right now is the background, but look at these videos. Now this will turn off my microphone, but these are countdowns that they have included. And if you want to add your own, it has a plus sign to upload your own. That's when you have to buy the plans. You have to use their basics, but look how cool this is. And your mic mutes when those play, and they have countdowns. I think they're from 30 seconds and one's 59. And then over here is your backgrounds. Like where I have the blue up right now, you can put a different color in. This is like so cool. Look how cool this is. This is like awesome. I'm going to leave this up. And there's all these different features. It's got like more buttons. Look how cool this is. This is like so cool. I love programs I can play in. And I really like this one. There's orange. And like I said, if you have the paid premium, you can add your own. It gives you options where you can put your own stuff in. And then up here, this is where your chat is again. Bring your chat back. This is totally free, no cutoff, Metro. It's not like StreamYard. It's better. I like it. I really like it so far. You don't have 20 free hours. You only have to buy the plan if you want to upgrade to certain things and add your own features, but it's unlimited. It's not cut off like StreamYard where you only get 20 hours and they cut you off. It's called Restream. So if you guys want to check it out, thanks Stacy and thank Field Guy for showing this to me because it's awesome. I freaking love it. It's a little different than StreamYard because it's got more features. But like up here by your name, this is where you edit because it'll say just Restream, but you edit here to put your title in. And I love it. After what StreamYard did to me, stealing my 24 hours, I told them they could kiss my butt. Yes, she created a monster. There's sweet Nikki. Well, I don't use OBS because I couldn't figure out how to get it to work. But I do use this. The only thing I haven't figured out on YouTube is how to do subscriber mode. I tried to lock it into subscriber mode only a couple times just to mess with it, and it won't work. Every time I try to hit the check mark under my YouTube, it doesn't work for some reason. Because you can set your stream to subscriber modes only. Now, I wouldn't keep that feature on because I like new people being able to come in. But that's how you can tell who's subscribed to your channel. Like if you have people that's just visiting, okay, say for instance, if all I do is network and I networked you channels, if I was just a networking stream, you don't want people coming in just adding your people and they never subscribe, or people who subscribe and unsubscribe. If you set to subscriber mode, that tells you who's subscribed so they can't come in and subscribe to people and then unsubscribe just to take subscribers, if that makes any sense. You would know because they have to be subscribed to your channel at least 5 minutes or more to be able to type. They would never be able to interact. But I've seen people do that because they were trying to see who was really subscribed to their channel with the privacy settings. And that's another way they found out who was and who wasn't. But look how cool this is. I mean, this is so flipping cool. I love it. I think it's flipping awesome. Let me go back to my blue. I wish that swirl was in blue. But it's in purple. But this is the layout of what it looks like. And then you got to, I had to take it off a mirrored effect. And then here's your microphone and your video and all this stuff. And it's just, I like it. I really, really like it. Well, I used to use my phone Metro because it was unlimited free once you hit 1K. But for some reason, it doesn't work on my phone. It's like my phone updated, and every time I try to do a free stream video, it's sideways. And I can't figure out how to adjust it. On the free one, let me see. You can add up to 6 people on the free, Kim. It says invite up to 6 guests. If you want more, then you have to upgrade. $100 what? $100 per day? You mean 100 hours per day? 100 what per day, Metro? The limit's 100 of what? Are you asking Metro or are you asking me, Kim? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Heck, I don't know. Oh, you was asking me? Yeah, you can have up to 6. Oh, crap. There went my camera. Hold on. Don't get seasick. My camera fell. I was trying to figure out what Metro was talking about. 100 what per day? Can you hear me, Metro? I was trying to figure out what he meant by 100. Oh, because I asked you 100 what per day. I don't know what you mean, what 100, the limit of 100 is. Because Kim was asking me, oh, you can have 100 people? Oh, I don't know. I would never have 100 people. My goodness, the screen would be so freaking tiny you wouldn't be able to see anybody. That's crazy. I like having up to at least 5. I don't like panels when it's too busy. I think the most I've seen in StreamYard was like 6 at once. They had 3 on top and 3 on the bottom. I mean, that's not too bad, but I would never have that many people on my channel. It's too busy. I like having maybe like 4. I think 4 is good because every time you add somebody, you have to split the screen and share it. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Kim, because sometimes when there's a lag, heck, we shared a chat room with 60 people and it was horrible. People were talking over each other and stuff because of lag and different things. That's too much. Well, too, when you're crafting, you want people to see what you're doing. You know, it's a little different when people are just showing their faces and they're talking. But when you're crafting, it would be really hard to see what they're crafting being that tiny. My camera's fine. I just adjust it and change the settings, Metro. It's fine. I like this because it has a lot more features in it. I can change colors and I can add different backgrounds and things. That's what I like about this program. I like Restream. So this was a Reader's Digest cover, which is really cute. I liked it, so I decided to do a Paris theme with it. And I have 4 signatures added into this one. And these were Paris pictures I won off of Defy. There was a lady who did Paris stuff and she got rid of her extras. So what I'm doing is now just decorating. I'm starting to do the ephemera part. I got the lace pockets put in before I sewed these in. I got some of my dyed papers, some papers I had laying around. I have a little bit of a digital. I have a mixture. And then this was a pretty envelope that came in the Paris theme stuff. And then inside of this, it has a restaurant. It's a journaling card. So I put this on this page and I added some fabric to the paper clip. And then I didn't decorate it a whole bunch yet because I wanted to work on some tags. And then I think it's in this signature. I bought a die set out of a sale and I used my Big Shot today. Boy, this was delicate to pull out. And it's got the little bistro table with the chairs. I thought was really cute. So I got a whole package. And then I did this. This is a side down here for a secret place a person can journal. I did a sticker, a button, a piece of lace, and then I backed this with some of my dyed paper. And then here's more of here's my coffee dyed paper, my blue dyed paper. It's a mixture of a bunch of stuff like digitals, dyed papers, that kind of stuff. And then I put fabric here and here because I thought it looked cute. So this will be being decorated. This will probably go up for sale when I'm done with it. And then the second one I made is this one. This one I'm keeping. This was another book cover I had, and I did it with the back of it This is Ledger fabric. It's got 2 signatures in this one where the other has 4. And then I had a Paris logo and a cloth. I think I bought this off of Michelle Girly Girl sale when she stamped. There's a Paris sticker. She had some stamped material. And then this here is part of a digital. And then I did a decoupage of a napkin so far. And then I put this pocket in it. Hold on. Then this is part of the digital here. So I always like pictures in the center of my the center of my signatures. And I just tied mine in a bow. And then here's some more of my dyed papers. Same same type of paper. And then that's signature 1. Signature 2, I did the same table and chairs. And some lace pockets again. Mine's not going to be as big as the other one. And then this is the center of that signature. And lace. And so there's my copy. And I decoupaged that because mine broke. I was trying to get it out and it broke. So I took the ripped one. But that's the journal I made so far for myself. I didn't used to use my own journals, but I made one time and I really liked it. So I kept it because most crafters, when they create journals, they don't keep them. They usually sell them to other people, but I really fell in love with, and I really like the 6x9 size. So the very first one I kept was an altered book, and I already used it, and I love it. I had horses on all kinds, and I realized when I was creating, it's like, damn, Tammy, you created your favorite things. So I ended up keeping it. But normally I don't. Like, I made 2 Holly Hobby ones in fabric, and I sold one, and then I kept one. And I just let the lady pick the price she wanted to pay. And then I had a girl ask me to custom make her one because she wanted to record her kid in it, and she wanted vintage coral. That was a challenge because I had nothing coral. So I had to mix the 2, and then I have a video done on that one, and she really loved it. So I was all excited that she was happy with it. I like doing custom ones a lot because it gives me an idea what the person likes and an idea what the journal's about. I think it's harder to do one that's not custom because you don't know what's going to sell. So you kind of risk it. So I'm kind of risking it with the Paris one because I don't know, you know. Sometimes they sell, sometimes they don't. It's hit or miss. All right, Metro, you have a good one. Oh, Trauma. Oh my goodness, Trauma has such a fun channel. I had so much fun in the Slumber channel again last night. The Paranormal channel with the cartoons. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. You're from Alaska. I've got relatives there right now. They're on vacation. That is so funny. You're welcome. My husband's aunt and uncle are on vacation in Alaska right now, Trauma, and they lost all their luggage. They had to buy all new clothes. They're not back home yet, so we can't wait to see if their luggage ever caught up with them yet. I was like, oh my goodness. But my husband's dream vacation, he wants to take a cruise, an Alaskan cruise. That's not my dream vacation though. My dream vacation is just to get in my camper and go to every single state for a month across the United States, and it'd take me 4 months to get home. I would just love, or be 4 years is how we planned it out. It would take 4 years to do everything we want. I wouldn't want to be away from home that long. We probably would take breaks and come back, but I think it would be a blast just to map out all the places you want to see in every single state and go and stay in that state for a whole month to be able to get to see the things you want to see. That's my bucket list. Yeah, I've seen pictures of Alaska that were taken from helicopters and planes, and it is beautiful. That's why I've been bugging him to get a camper. It's like, I want to go, dude. I want to travel. But everybody can check out everybody's channels in here. I like everybody being mods. I know there's some people that don't do that. The only time I would ever take a mod away is if I have something that happens to me in the person personally, or if a mod would abuse their privilege and block people and I don't know about it, but find out about it, and then I would do it. You know what I mean? If it's an accident, it's one thing. But I like having everybody blue. That way you can check out each other's channels. You know, it's funny. I have a friend on here that I met through YouTube. It's another crafter. I haven't seen her on in a while. But her mom and dad, I believe, had a house in Alaska and they sold their home. They bought a camper. It's the drivable kind. And I asked her questions like, what's the biggest hurdle they've had to overcome? I ask people in RV living. I actually follow some of those channels to ask questions. And I actually have a guy that does commercials where he actually does YouTube videos on RVs where he walks you through because he works for a lot. And I really like him. I think he's out of Michigan. And it's very interesting the different styles that you see and the different ways that people live and what they do for like showers and the source of electric. It is really interesting. And she said that her mom and dad, now I don't want the kind you drive. I want one that you hook up and pull. That's just my personal preference because I don't want to fall in love with a camper and then all of a sudden it breaks down because let's face it, our vehicles do depreciate. It's not going to run forever. And I don't want a camper that I love that I have to get rid of because you can no longer get the motor or whatever to do with the vehicle part. So I told my husband, I do know that if I get a camper, I want one you got to pull for sure because I want to keep it. Another thing is when you have the pop outs in the campers, they usually are the leak problem in a camper. So I don't want a pop out camper. You don't have to have a pop out. You can get a regular camper. My favorite right now with all the researches that I have done, and believe me, I've spent hours in the evenings. I really like the toy hauler. And the reason why I like the toy hauler, and just like he said, when you get your first camper, have a list of questions. And he tells you what questions to ask. Like he's very suggestive. Like if I buy a new camper at a lot, what kind of coverage do you get? Because you can get used campers too, but you're not going to get coverage when you go to buy it off of a lot. He says, ask questions, never be afraid. Never pick out a camper the first time you go shopping either. He said, take pictures of the insides on your phone or camera or whatever you bring with you. Take it home and think about it. Because when he was showing this one, there was a model I liked. It's called the Cougar that actually had the pop out because when you're on the road and say you're boondocking and you can't get to a bathroom and you got to go, when you have the ones that pop out, they're put in when you're driving. And he said you can't get back to the bathroom in some of these campers. Well, the Cougar, the way it's built, it has its own entrance in the back. past all of the pop-ups. So the bathroom's right there. You always want to pay attention to the layouts of the campers you pick. It's just really interesting what you learn. And a lot of campers, they'll have I asked Roaming Raven, she's an author that I got in touch with. Her and her husband started out in RV living, and she even told me things they went through. She said that there are times when you break down. Like I said, well, what do you do to winterize? She says, I don't winterize. I go to the states where you don't have winter. She travels because she's an author. So she goes to the warmer states, which that makes sense too. But if you are locked down, you want to know how to winterize. And there was another RVer that said you want to run all the water out of the faucet till like noon the next day so your pipes don't freeze. Like, they really give good tips. And if you do the solar panel on the top of your camper, you want like 2 panels. And it tells you like the wattage it puts out. Like, there's a lot to learn about RVing. I love it. I do. All right, Kim, you have sweet dreams. But she told me that her parents so far, they had a tube that broke to the refrigerator, and it cost them like $350 to replace it. And she said, you definitely, when you don't want nothing to snowball, she says, as soon as something is wrong, immediately fix it. Because in a camper, it can really get out of control. But it was really cool how some of these people saved water. And this one guy, he does showers. He did van living. And I guess him and his wife got divorced, and he couldn't afford child support and a place to live. So he remodeled a van, and that's where he lives. And it was really cool because he would get jugs of water, because you can stop at like any state park and get water out of the water fountain. But he would have 1 or 2 jugs of water over here, because you got to figure out what it would take for a shower. Then he would hook a jug to the top, and it had holes in it. And he would dump water in the one in shower. It was like really cool. Some of the shortcuts these people do blow me away. I was like, okay, that's smart. I don't know. It's just, I find it cool what people do. I really do. But this one girl, she had a van. Now, I don't know if I can handle this. Van would definitely be a 1-person living. But she had a van, and me and my husband were laughing. We were watching her because her toilet was hid. And she had it to where it didn't smell or anything. She gave tips on how you make your toilet not smell if you have company come in. But it was tucked in this cabinet. And it's just a regular toilet, and she would roll it out and use it. But she had to look at herself in the mirror in front of her every time she took a poop. And I was like, I don't know if I like that or not. We were laughing, but she had it going on. I mean, she had a nice closet. She had a place to go to the bathroom. She had a water filter that filtered water so that if she ever had to boondock, like by a stream or whatever, she knew what she was doing for sure. But it's amazing the shortcuts some of these people come up with. There was even one, they had like a pull-out patio. What?
I texted you and everything on your site. You didn't even acknowledge me. You just left me in the corner.
You weren't there.
Did I text you a couple times on live chat?
Satan? Are you under Satan?
No, I was under my camera.
No, you did not come in my chat. You weren't there. You did not come in my live, Michael. Something happened. You must be shadowed or something. Because you're not showing up. Did any of you see a Mike M come in? Because I never saw him come in. I see everybody, but I don't see you. Are you modded on my channel? Mike, mute. I can hear you. Come in my stream again and say hi. My husband's blocked. No, my hubby came in and said he was talking to us. I didn't see him. You're not showing. Nobody saw you. What you doing? You did what? Shut up. Nobody can see you.
I'm right above Christine
Mm-mm.
Medahari.
You're not showing.
Hello. Look.
What's it telling you? That's weird. You're not showing. Hold on, let me try something real quick. Just give me a minute, people. Settings. Community. No, I didn't want to do that. Hidden users. Make sure you're not hidden. Would you be quiet? Let me try this. That would be there. Let me find my moderators. Why won't it let me add a moderator? M-I-K-E-M. Is that you? You have a picture? Or are you the purple? What's your icon look like? Green? You're not showing up.
This time you blocked.
I don't have you blocked.
You don't love me.
Would you shut up? Quit being a big baby.
33 years for nothing.
Oh, you be quiet. You hear him. You're not. You're not on my block.
Well, I'm not on your screen either.
Maybe you have me blocked.
Yeah, I have you blocked.
Well, you could. He's over here. You hear him whining. Yeah, he's subscribed to my channel. That's what I'm saying. What the hell? Why the hell is she in my block? Wait a minute. I had somebody on my block and shouldn't even have been there. Man, I'm telling you, we got to check our blocks every once in a while. That person should have not been in there at all.
See, now my text disappeared.
I know, because for some reason you're not showing up. Hold on, let me check here. Yep, you were in my block. You must have texted something. No, wait a minute. You must have texted something and it picked you up as spam. Let me make sure you're a mod. Type now. There he is. He was blocked. Hold on. Okay. Now, don't be abusing your power of moderator.
Oh, I know what that means.
That doesn't mean you can come in and block people.
I'm not blue.
Yes, you are. Type. You got to turn blue. Type again. It'll tell you.
There I am. I'm
It'll
blue
tell
now.
you have
You're now a
responsibilities. And
moderator for this channel. A creator trusts you to help them build a positive, safe community. Now you can.
so that means you can't be mean to your wife. You got to be nice and courteous and mannerly, or I'll kick you out. So there he is. That's my hubby. He's a pain in my butt. Yeah, he's subscribed. That might be too because I wasn't subscribed to him, so I subscribed to him back. He just wants me to paddle him over YouTube so you guys could be witnesses and he could say, my wife abuses me because he's a brat. He's my torture partner. Can you believe 33 years? Oh my God. So anyways, this will probably take all night to dry because I got the Nuvo drops on it. But I like that tag. So my tag's over here drying. And then this one here is drying. But look how nice this is drying. It's not going to be sticky like Mod Podge. But it dries up like a really nice for Elmer's glue. It really does. Let's see. It's still a little damp in places, but it dries like a little bit of a matte with a little bit of a shine. Not too shiny. The real shiny is still the wet spots. And then this one, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something with this one I didn't do with the last one. I'm just going to edge it. I get to torture him, girls. Okay, now that you've worked all day, what are you going to feed me? They got to hear our stress about what we went through at the beginning of the video. They got to hear all the complaints about Lowe's. So I'm going to take this one. And I didn't do this with the other one. I want to give this more of a vintage look around it. I have hole protectors too for some of these, but I don't use them. And then I might later, I don't really have any words around me. I might add like a word onto this one. Like something across the top. I don't have nothing up here though that I could cut up. I guess I could run off a digital maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll just leave this for another time. That way I can think of a word to put at the top. I had a French book that came through my bookstore and nobody bought it, and it would be the perfect book. And you know, you always know when you're creating something, you can't find what you're looking for. We already know this. But this will hang down once this dries. So we have that little dangle right there on the tag. I really like that. That turned out really cute. But I might put like a word here or something. I feel like it needs something. But we'll let the rest of this dry. Maybe I have something in here. Let me look. That I could stick in the corner. Let me look. Let's see what this is. Yeah. What do we have? I have a button. There's a saying. That's too big. How far would this hang down? Knew that wouldn't work. I'm a looking. I think this is this a sticker? Yeah, that's a sticker. This stuff is too big. Let me see here. It's a tiny little tag. We already have the statue. I don't know what that means. That's a number. It's too big. We could do maybe that one stamp. Let's see here. This is like a, oh, that's cute. Magnet. Oh, that would be cute. We could do like this over here. Let's see. Let's try this. Yeah, I was looking for something in here. This has got like a, I thought this was a sticker, but it looks like they might have just cut this. Maybe like a little bit of a digital. Let's try this. Excuse me. Something like this could go up in the corner. It's like a stamp. Put this over here. Let me see what I have on the other side. I hear tippy tap. I hear my puppy, my little baby. She's going to go to the vet soon. so we can figure out what's wrong with her poor little foot. Her little leg, I mean. How about, I'm talking to chat, Michael. Not everything is about you because you're home. Go away. Go play with puppy. Before I break out my granny paddle. He's so bad. You hear him.
This moderator needs a spank.
Oh, give me a break. Everybody knows you're bad already. All those Mikeys are bad. They are bad boys. Well, this is kind of a neat sticker. I could use this just on the thing itself. One of those, what they call these, the Flores, whatever they called. This would be cute to go like right there. Give it a little bit more bling. That's cute. So we'll put that there. Okay, and then since I don't have the word kiss, let me see what this looks like. Kind of covers it. Eh. I don't know. Maybe if I took, let's see how this looks. Sorry, I'm a picky crafter. But we'll do this. Cut that off a little bit. And cut this off a little bit. And we do like let's try this. Put the word romantic like right here. Shut the door. My husband's unreal. He's something else. Can you guys hear that? Michael, why are you in my bathroom? Use yours. I don't care. People don't want to hear you tinkle. He does this to me every time I'm live. He's ornery. Okay, so we'll do like romantic Paris right there. Yeah, I like it split up into two words. I will put that right there. That's cute. This here, I can move this piece. I want to glue this down anyways. Is this supposed to go like this or is it supposed to go like that? Hell, I don't know. I guess what I could do, here we could move this down a little bit, but I'm going to glue it because I never trust stickers. I always feel like they fall off, you know, like when you have magnets on your refrigerator and after a while they end up on the floor for some odd reason. I always glue my stickers down. Come on, turn sideways. Don't be mean. What are you fixing me for dinner tonight? He works all day and I ask him for dinner. What are you cooking me? He tells me all the time, I worked all day. You cook. They get to hear us torturing each other, Mike.
Hey,
Hmm.
I cooked last night. You cooked tonight.
What did you cook?
I cooked chili mac.
For you?
I
I didn't eat chili mac
I
last
cooked
night.
mine.
The only thing you do is heat up pizza.
I worked 12-hour shifts.
I don't want pizza. I don't want to hear it. Quit standing over there naked. People on YouTube don't want to see you naked.
Yeah, I'm not from the camera.
Always wanting to moon people. He's a tease. You know how men say us women are teases? Men are teases too. Let me tell you, they are teases. One of these days, you're going to be taking a shower, and I'm going to get a hold of a taser. Yeah. And I'm going to let YouTubers hear you scream.
Here,
Go away.
look.
No,
Look
I'm
at
not
this.
looking. I'm busy.
I'm not being ignorant.
No, I'm trying to craft. You get a shower, you stink.
I need this printed.
Hurry up and get a shower. This is why I don't like going live when he's home, because he likes to torture me. Okay. So that turned out really cute. We have a romantic Paris. I like it. I think that turned out really cute, even though my camera up here stinks. And it's blurry, and my one downstairs is better. That's cute. I like it. I like it, like it, like it. And then what's her face sent me these. My friend Karen, YouTuber. Look how cute this is. Petite Hotel. She went to Paris. And she sent me a card with horses. Look how cute those are. Yay. So she sent me this, and I thought this card was really cute. So that'll go in my journal. So Karen, if you ever come and spy, I'll be using your card in my personal journal. Really, Paris was never on my bucket list. Even the stamps are cute. Look at the stamps she sent. Those are stinking cute. She's very thoughtful like that. I met Karen a long time ago when I was selling stuff. She sent me, she used to buy crafts off of me and stuff like that. And we did a couple Happy Meals back and forth. She's a really nice lady. She participates in the Defy auctions a lot too. Okay. So that's done. This one's done. This is so stinking cute. I like it. These will go in the for sale journal. So you get, whoever buys this is going to end up, or whoever gets it's going to end up with my first little dangle. I think that's cute. Because I made these. I'm not a pink girl. I'm a blue girl. So when I decided to create both of these, I wanted to do a color that I don't do and then a color that's my favorite color because I wanted to challenge myself. So that's why I'm going to keep this one and probably sell this one. I don't know if I'll do that in a live sale or if I'll put it in my Etsy. I don't know. My Etsy is collecting dust. My poor Etsy. I got 2 Etsy stores. One I haven't even launched yet. I got a lot of work to do. A lot to catch up on. I really do. Pretty soon, Etsy's going to close my stores down if I don't get stuff in them. They're both sitting there collecting dust at the present time. I haven't had a live sale since last June. I'm so far behind. It's ridiculous. So I think what I'm going to do on the front of my journal, I'm going to play with mine for a little bit. I want Nuvo drops on mine, so I'm going to run this across the tag. Just because I can. I love the glitter in these ones. I run it across the bottom. And I don't care if it's messy because this one's not going nowhere. I'm keeping it. So this one can be as messy as I want it to be. And then right where the stamped edge is, I'm going to go boop, 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 boop. We'll do little dots. I can practice on my own. That way, if I mess up, it's okay. But then if I like something, I can use it on the next journal. Okay. So that's cute. It's cutesy. And then, look how cute that is. I outlined it in little glitters. I like it. That's pretty. Excuse me. And then this up here, I think I wanted to. I think I'm going to decoupage this. This was like a plastic sticker. So I'm going to make this messy. Because I can. Woo! We're going to make this messy clear across the top. Just to show you what this looks like when it dries. Because it's really cool. I like it. I like it, like it, like it. And let's see. So see what this little piece of lace looks like. Do I like that? Why not? It's wonky and it's cute. So we're going to take my fabric scissors, cut it right there. It's not totally glued down. We're going to use Alina's. Under and little swirls. And then we're going to take, Tammy. Damn it, you stuck it right in your glitter. It's okay. We'll glitter side down. See, bloopers. I like bloopers. So we'll put that there. Because I like making messes. Grab this. Because I stuck my finger in it. I always stick my finger in the stuff I shouldn't be sticking my fingers in. Okay. You did mess it up, thank goodness. But, oh my goodness. So this is what the final cover looks like. It's got Paris with a little piece of wonky lace. It's got the outline, and then that down there is plain. That's cute. I like it. So we'll set this aside to dry overnight. We'll let the tags dry. This here doesn't have anything in it that needs to dry yet. But I do need to make some bigger tags for these pockets to finish them. So we shall let these dry overnight. That's cute. And we shall put this aside because it's not done yet. I got more I need to get done. I got to get downstairs and look at my craft room because I think I might put a belly band in it. There's different things I want to add. So we shall see. All right, Christine. Well, you have a good one. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. This was fun. Oof. Let me put my little cookie monster down here. I don't know how the... Here. I don't know how the thumbnails work. We'll set it in there. I like my cookie monster. We'll put my Nuvo drops back here. Isn't he cute? Hey, Lazama. Well, I'm glad you got to come in. Yeah, I'm going to go out and hang out with hubby and torture him a little bit with my puppy. Ronies. Where's my baby? I love puppy. So anyways, you all have a good night. Thank everybody for coming in, whatever time zone you're in. I hope you're having a great. I'll see you soon. Bye.